Hello, welcome to our Scrapbook Live for the month of June of 2024. I'm so excited that you're joining me. I have a lovely kit from the ScrapRoom. I had put it away on my shelf, and then I'm looking around. I'm like, where's my kit? I know it came. Where did I put it? Oh gosh, I was I was trying to be good and like clean stuff up and put things away, and then it's like it's hiding. But no, it was there. It was all good. I had it out. I peeked when I printed my photos and everything is good. So I've got some people in the chat. Cheryl says she's in and out, but she's gonna watch the replay too. Sharon is saying hi to everyone. I hope everybody is ready for a good Saturday, assuming I think it's Saturday where everybody lives. It's just different time of day. So off we go. Janelle says, good morning or afternoon. It's morning here. So here it is 10 a.m., but I know that we're starting at noon for some people on the East Coast. And if you're in other places, I think I saw Jody Morton in the room. That's way further away. She says it's Sunday there. That's right. I did know that. I was close by there recently. I did know. So welcome. This is awesome. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the kit from the scrap room that I purchased. We are going to give away a free kit from the scrap room. So you'll have a chance to win one of those probably around the top of the next hour-ish. That's usually where we take a little pause, do a little draw, and are able to get that done. Oh, I know what I did not do. I didn't turn on the focus, so let's turn on the do not disturb. Otherwise, my mom has impeccable timing and thinks that live events are the perfect time to call. Happened so many times, it's like become a thing. It's like I couldn't get more frequent calls from her during live things unless I gave her my schedule and said, please only call me during live things, honestly. It's kind of funny. So it's really good. I mean, the funny thing is like it's not like she calls that much. She just has really bad timing. Love it. Okay, so I am going to show you the kit. I have an extra add-on embellishment kit, so we'll save that and show the pieces as we go through each one of the kits. So yeah, Shannon's here representing East Coast. Everybody have plans tomorrow, Father's Day and all that, right? Here we go. So I'm still up in the corner of the screen. I have the kits. There's 4 mini kits. We'll look at them each in turn, and then we'll see what goes best with my topic of the day and see how we can put the page together. So I'm excited. Okay, this is really cute little pieces. This is a Bella Boulevard kit. It's called Just Because. And look at how fun these papers are. I know I usually show them in turn, but I'm like getting distracted and I got too excited. I have my instruction page. I don't know if I do. She might have sent it to me. I thought I took it out. I maybe set it on the side. I don't have it in front of me. Okay, so this is Just Because from Bella Boulevard. First off, we have this cute rainbow paper with the little sunshines. It's just, their designs are so sweet, right? It's very, very cute designs. And sometimes that doesn't fit, but I wonder if this is what we'll go with today, actually. It's just so adorable. I like the background on this, the grid pattern that's on the back, or lattice, I guess, kind of pattern. And we've got like a wood grain over here on this purple. I'm assuming the other side is something, yeah, more busy and exciting. Definitely. We've got cute little bird houses with some extra birds that are singing with musical notes, which is cute. And then little clouds kind of scattered throughout the background. So pretty adorable. Yeah, this is nice. I really like this rainbow stripe. Oh my gosh. Oh, purple, my favorite. I love the purple and the wood gray. Yeah, purple is tough, right? We don't always get it in kits. I'll tell you, if you're looking for more purple, places like Bella Boulevard are a lot better at including it because they do a full rainbow of colors a lot more frequently. So you do see it more often. So if you're looking for purple, check out Bella Boulevard. I've got 2 sheets of cardstock, just a white cardstock here. And let's take a look at these embellishments here. We'll put those on the white. Yeah, it's a tip of the day if you're looking for purples. And sometimes like it's not even super cutesy. Like if you were looking for purple and you love purple, something like this with this wood grain design, very purple, doesn't have to be too cutesy, right? Like it's whimsical a little with the way of the pattern, but it's not too cutesy. Okay, so first off, we have these enamel pieces. So I've got some of these little enamel bits, which are great. I've got some assorted parts of die cuts. And yeah, there's a bunch of pieces. So cute little feed the bees with these seeds and homegrown seeds. And there's like a little envelope exploding with flowers for you. Okay, really cute. I like it. Oh, what's in my bonus? Okay, so this is the add-on embellishment pack that I get every month. Just because that gives me a few more fun things to play with. And the add-on embellishments for this kit is this cute little Bella Pops kit, which are they're textured, they're raised and dimensional and have fun little details. So you can see that the bees, I don't know if you can see, they actually have like little clear wings on them, like acetate type wings on the bees. The flowers are all shiny, and you can see like little shiny bits on the middle of that butterfly is all shiny, and they're dimensional, right? So they're popped up. So the little Bella Pops come with most of their collections. Like you can get them with most of their collections from Bella Boulevard. They're just like these little extra fun little pieces, and these bees are adorable. Like those little wings on those guys, cute. Very, very cute. Okay, well, let's go back in the packet. Good question, don't know. Okay, let's make that happen. Okay, that's first kit. We're off to a good start, just because. Oh, and it doesn't even spell it like because, but it could with all those bees in this collection. Yeah, really nice. And so if you're like more of the neutrals, look at that nice array of neutrals. And then all of the fun patterns. So very good. Pop that back into the baggie. And look at the next collection. Oh, okay, next up, we have Summer Vibes from Echo Park. And so this collection, you can see right off the bat, I've got the full, the B sides. Oh my gosh, good job, Brett. I totally missed that one. How did I miss the B sides? Like, so bad. So I love it. Okay, so in this collection, we've got the summer vibes, and you can see this is the full sheet of the 12 by 12 sticker sheets. So I've got all the embellishments. So fun to be able to see what the colors and the icons of a collection are like. I like that little shark. It's kind of hilarious. And then you've got like it's like a pool ring, right? It's like a little pool piece, and you've got a little, I think it is. Wouldn't that be like a floaty? Looks like a floaty toy. But I've never seen a shark like that for a floaty toy. Cute. Anyways, different, like much more muted color palette. So if you find like colors like this sometimes a little bright for your photos, going to something that's a little more muted like this can really help your photos pop. Like if your pictures aren't, really bright like that. We've got all the word icons on here: vacation vibes, summer lovin', stay cool, here comes the sun, good vibes and sunshine, let's vacay. And then a really nice orange with kind of a little diamondy pattern on the back. Oh, okay, this is a winner. Look how nice this paper is. So whether you're seeing, I think you can see it on the screen, like this is totally ombre here. So the colors are kind of ombre through this collection. You're getting like the lights into darks, and you can see the fade between the colors. I'll pull it up here so you can see. Like if you're looking here, like the greens are fading into the yellows, which are fading into the oranges. Nice, right? Very, very pretty. Very summer vibes. It has like that retro, like if you even look at the type that they've used on their title and like their good vibes and stuff, it has that retro feel. Orange is not your fave. Not everybody's favorite, but my gosh, is it a good complementary color? So small doses. And then on the back of this paper, like, would I ever get to use this? No, this is so gorgeous. They made this gorgeous paper. I've never get to use these, but they're cute. So you could either cut them apart or use them all together or do like fun little strips. Sometimes I like to do like a strip of them and like fold them back and forth like accordion kind of style, or have something like that that can pop up. And if it's like an icon that doesn't really fit with your thing, like, so if say I did this little strip, the R might not make sense for my page, right? Like here it spells out summer, but the R might not make sense. So I might cover that with a little photo or another little sticker from the kit or something like that. It's just a really cute thing. And then here we've got a yellow with little tiny sunshines on it. And on the back of that, we have this tropically kind of leaf pattern with all the colors, right? You've got your dark blue and your softer blues, you've got your yellows, the reddish color, the orangish colors, the greens. Yeah. But very tropical. And then I've got 2 sheets of paper. This is the Fig Swirl, which is not like a white. It's more like a soft gray, where you're like looking at that and you're like, is it white or not? But it is not, but it is close. But it's not cream. Just saying, not cream. We all know that I've got a hate on her dream. You watch, one day I'm just gonna fall in love with it and it's gonna be my favorite thing, and I'll be like, oh, don't look at my old videos. Okay, so here I've got a partial pack in my add-on embellishments, a partial pack of the enamel dots. So you can see that they've kind of kept it in some packaging. They've just chopped it in half and given me that as my bonus in the bonus kit. So perfect. Full sticker sheet came with the main part of the kit. So there we go. We've looked at 2. This is really good. This won't be the one that'll fit with my photos. You'll see when we get there. You'll see. But I haven't fully decided. But the first one is definitely a better choice than this one for what I have. Okay. So next up, we have a paper pack from Pink Fresh Studio, who we loved it when you made paper kits. Pink Fresh Studio, putting it out into the universe for all the scrapbookers. Debbie's here. She says, good morning. Everybody's saying good morning. If you want to let us know where you're here from, it's really fun to sometimes see. Feel free to tell us, or what you're working on right now, which is even more exciting. It's like, ooh, what are you playing with today? We have this Pink Fresh kit. It's called Picture Perfect. And we started off with this nice floral, but it's not just a floral. Like, they're not just drawn, like they're like drawn, right? They're kind of like sketchy florals. So it has the floral design, but they're all sketchy. And I'm really fascinated by this, only because it made me think right away, just seeing it, like we all have those stencils now, right? Because Pink Fresh makes amazing flower stencils. And how fun would that technique be to do with your stencils? So like you could still ink the background, but then you could just add that little bit of sketchy to it. And they're showing it to you perfectly on their paper collection. So even if they're not making us stuff, they have inspired us. We could still make some of our own. Um, Cheryl says she's on the Cherry on Top website looking at Bella Boulevard and collecting cherries. I have an affiliate link for that. Somewhere. It's on our family site for the Scrap Happy. Anyways, on the back of this, there is a sheet here, and it is green with a kind of a diamond, but like it's like a little tiny dotted diamond. It's kind of cute. Very muted colors. So that's been really fun. Like the three kits, if you compare the color palettes, so different so far, right? And then we've got this um plaid. It's like a gingham kind of plaid almost, or a plaid. No, it's a plaid. It's just a plaid. And it is actually a plaid from from my appearances of it. They look quite, I think it's quite square, so I think it would be a technical plaid. There we go. We'll learn all about that during our load. Okay, I flipped this over and this color is awful to me. Like if you love it, I'm sorry, it's not my favorite, but I will happily let you know they have it. So you could get it if it's your favorite. But this color is like a limey, yellowy green that should be more green or more yellow, and that I would like it a lot more. And I don't like it with their other colors actually. Okay, well, I just would like use like almost none of that color. So this one would be my preferred of the two sides. And then they've done the same sketchy kind of design with these big flowers, right? It's still the kind of sketchy doodle kind of markings, but on a bigger scale, but and just with the single like white on the mint color. Oh, and this is nice. So they have this rainbow. Okay, see, a little tiny bit like this. I could cover that up a lot and it would be fine. Do we hear that Alice has favorite colors? Absolutely. It's not so much that colors are so much my favorite. It's just like some of them are not my favorite. I like this stuff, right? And so I think like making a page, I could do something quite good with all of that. Especially, I would end up using that rainbow, even though I quite like this. In fact, I would choose this floral over this floral, but with that rainbow, I wouldn't have that choice. Anyways, let's see the embellishments. This is getting off track. Okay, so here's what everybody's up to. Debbie says she just cut up a lot of fresh fruit and she's taking it down to the lake to play. Well, doesn't that sound nice? And Gina says she's listening to rain outside in Iowa and sitting down to scrap along. Nice. Like, it's too bad it's raining, but maybe you want rain, so it's all good. Okay, first up, pink enamel dots, a nice strip of them, which honestly, that's enough for any page, right? Like a strip of them, you know, you get this whole pack and then you have to hoard them in your stash forever and ever. And of course, like you root through them and find them, but you know, enamel dots, they're not project specific. Are yours project specific? Mine are not. Like I just like I take them out all the time and toss them in with everything else. Unless they're with a kit that I'm actively using, they're all just tossed in with all the enamel dots. Yeah, okay. Chipboard. These are like chipboard pieces. So neat. And they're stickers. And then I've got some pieces of die cuts. Write your own story. Like, message to my heart. Actually write it down. Don't be lazy. The page isn't done until you actually put the words on it. All the things I have to remind myself. Happiness blooms all year, taking it slow. So it's like a partial part of a die cut pack and little pieces and the enamel dots. And then in the add-on embellishment, what's in there? It is this. Okay, so it's part of a sticker pack. So one of the sticker sheets, I'm assuming this is like a 2-pack or something of stickers. And so this one has lots of the little words, which I actually really love. I tend to use those kind of pieces a lot. And then there are some frame pieces, which I almost never use them as a frame. So here's my suggestion. Don't use them as frames. Think of them more as just a little piece to add to an embellishment cluster, just like a layering piece for your embellishment cluster. That for me was like a game changer with, it's like, what do you do with this? I'm going to print a little picture and try to put it in this little incy wincy tiny frame. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, we all know I don't like fussy cutting. I don't like sewing. I don't like coloring, like the things that take forever when you're sitting there doing them. Not my favorite things. There's no way I'm going to fart around and mess around and make that fit into a picture fit into a little frame like that. But in a layering piece, I'll find one later and I'll show you. I did one just on a layout. I'm pretty sure it's sitting on the back right behind me, and I'll show you. Anyways, very cute. I like the collection. I don't like that one color. That's not my favorite, but small doses is okay. It's okay in small doses. I could still use this very, very well. Okay, next. Oh, there's only one left. Oh, I guess that's good because then we can actually start scrapbooking. Okay, Cheryl said they had a huge rainstorm here in the desert and she loves it. Lynn's on her back porch in Virginia. Marcia says she just finished mowing the lawn. It's growing way too fast with all the rain that they've had in Minnesota. My husband has not mowed the lawn on purpose because he does it because we've got this giant mower and he's just like goes out there and gets it done in half an hour, right? He's not like the lawn care dude, right? That like meticulously takes care of it. But he's not doing it right now because he's letting the grass actually go to seed and it's all up there, the little seeds. It's all you can see is a field full of seeds because we're on an acreage, so it's a large lawn. And it's going and it's seeding itself right now. So we're letting nature do its thing and reseed. But it's torture because the backyard has looked terrible. It's just terrible. Anyways, next kit. This is cute. And let's have a look here. You've got simple stories, summer snapshots. So this first one, we've got a nice color collection. I actually really like this colors, like the color palette they put together for this. It doesn't have pinks, like not really. Like there's this peachy corally little bit in there, but not really pinks, which makes it feel like, I don't know, I like kits with pink more, but you know, if you have boys or something and you can feel okay about sneaking some florals on but can't do pink, well, here's your collection. Here's your collection. So yeah, I like all the florals. Lots of different styles of florals in this one too, right? Like you've got different types of flowers, like the little pointy ones, and so and on the back we've got this ledger paper, like that. This is a nice color actually. It's like a reddish, but not like deep red, but it's not too it's not orange, but it has orange tones. Anyways, we've got this cute lemon paper and like those little pieces look kind of like ice cubes, so it's like almost like a lemonade paper. I think today is lemonade day. Do you guys do that where you are? Have lemonade day? So we have a thing. I know it's here in Canada. I don't know if other places have it. I think it came out of Saskatchewan actually, where they would make a lemonade day and kids actually go through a little training program and learn how to run a little business and make a lemonade stand. And they have a day where all the kids set up lemonade stands and you can go around the town. And in my hometown, they actually you can do them at your own house, of course, but a lot of businesses will let the kids set up in front of their place, and then the kids have to get a business license and everything. Like it's like it's really cool, but they all set up little lemonade stands, so that's really cute. I'll see. I'm heading down to my hometown later on today, so maybe I'll get to go and see my friend's daughter stand. She sets one up every year. My nieces and nephews have done some years, so oh, I've got this great paper for this. Now I have to go get some pictures. I have to get some pictures. Okay, rainbow paper. I like it very much. I like the color collection. They're quite saturated, but they're not bright, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah. And then we got some little wavy water, I guess. It's like water, but like it doesn't scream water. I like that, right? It says water, but it's not you could use it with other stuff and you're not like, oh my gosh, I used that water paper. And then this little notepad, like they're like Polaroids, but with pattern paper in the middle. I don't know, it's cute. Like it. I've got some natural paper from Basil. It is kind of a cream tone to it, and I think it fits really perfect. So it was a great choice with this collection. This one is a little whiter in here, but not that much. So I think it's a great choice. Good pick, ladies, at the scrap room. Good job. Let's see. Um, Fancy scrapper. She's like, I'll be working on bringing order to my happy place, her studio. Donna says she was collecting cherries a little bit ago. Finally, a new dog and a new cat kit's coming out this month. Yay. And Lucia says, are spending the afternoon organizing my newest stamps into my collection. Fun. Like new stuff, and then you have to figure out where you put everything away. Okay, so there's some little pieces in here. First off, there's like these foam backed stickers. The foam backed stickers. I've got part of the collection. And the sun and this fun. The word fun. Okay, there's also little tiny pieces in here. I mean, like little. Look at this tiny little word love. Um, there's some little teeny tiny ones. I got a little badminton racket. My son just found one down in our basement the other day. We were cleaning up one of the rooms downstairs, and he's like, I didn't know we had badminton rackets. That kid is so old. I don't even know if they'll work anymore. I bet you the strings are like destroyed because they're done. Ooh, yuck. Okay, what is this? It didn't come out of the packaging, and now I'm looking at it. Does that just get tick? Did they put a tick in this? Is this supposed to be a ladybug? Does not look like a ladybug with those kind of like pinchery things on the front. Are like, yeah, that's not staying. I put that in the trash. Are you guys like that? Like, it just creeped me out. I'm like, oh, there's a little piece left behind in the kit. It's like a present. Yeah. Debbie says, ew, right? It looked like a tick. So I'm not having it. I don't know who designed it. If you're offended by me not liking it, oh well. You can go back to bees and butterflies. And by the way, moths are not butterflies. All the people making those kits, moths are not the same. Donna says, do y'all have the new sport that's all the rage, the pickleball? It's come, I think, everywhere. I think it took over the world, as far as I know. I haven't played it. I think I played it as a kid in school, right? Like they had these things and we're like, teacher, teacher, what are these for? Right? So I think our school had them when I was a little kid, but yeah. Carrie says she's late but here. Okay, people agree. Ick. Ooh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I feel a little bit justified here. And Gina's listening to the rain in Iowa, singing to scrap. Okay, so I was just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything here. No, I think we're good. Right? Marcia says there's enough ticks without having him in the scrapbooking kit. That's why I went right in the trash. I just couldn't. Oh, they got one in the stickers here too. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, that's what I did. What have I done? You're thinking, oh, Alice knows what she's doing. She never has mistakes on camera. It's not why you're here, right? Okay, let's get that out of there. Let's get plastic out of the way. So I've got this full 12 by 12 sticker sheet. Look, there's another one on here. Like worm? Yeah, cool. Worms are fine. This little tick bug, gross. It's going, man. It can join its little friend in the garbage. Okay. But really cute little things on here. And we've got bees and weird bugs. They're going. And like, it's the thing I can't stand about gardening, honestly. Like, I'll be out there in the garden, everything is awesome. And then some big fat spider goes rolling by. I'm just like, what? I'm not doing like that dance. Like, oh, and it just happens every time. At first, I thought it was a baby swimsuit. See, that would be cute. It's not. It's totally a bug. And not like a cute bug. Let's just say, I'm just saying, like, not a cute bug. Okay. So we got worms, we've got popsicles and ice creams, way nicer. There we go. There's a picnic basket or a picnic basket. If you know, you know. Roller skates, good vibes. Lots of the little word strips, which I love. And then a cute little piece of the lemonade with the scallops. So very fun. That's all the things I've got. let me show you my photos. And then, so this one does have pieces that relate to my photos, right? We've got some things, but I couldn't help it. I'm obsessed lately with my son's little dog. I've been taking care of him a couple days this week when they had to go off on really big jobs where my son was gone all day. And he's just a puppy, so he's so cute. And a little Bo is his name. I have done a page about Bo already, and I'm like, how much am I going to scrapbook my son's dog? Apparently, one more time at least. Probably more, let's be real. But he's so cute. He's so little and fluffy, and he's learning all these little command tricks, right? And so that's where we're going today. He's really cute. This one would work. This kit would work. The other one that I thought would be a good choice would be this one here. And partly like the colors are somewhat muted. We do have some pretty blue sky going on in the backgrounds here and some really green in the leaves. But I think if I look at the papers in this one, they just don't pop as much as I think that this other stuff would. And we've got such cutesy things in here. I think we're gonna go with this because he's just so cute. And when do I get to use this cutesy stuff? All my nieces and nephews are getting old now, and we're running out of like those cutesy opportunities. So it's gonna do it. Bo won't be a puppy forever. You have to document his puppyhood. Mary says, what breed is the dog? It's a Cavapoo. It's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel crossed with a poodle. And he seems really quite smart. He's learned a bunch of little tricks, but he almost never barks. The only time I've actually really got him barking was when I was vacuuming. He was attacking the vacuum. Wasn't scared of it. He was just like, oh, a new toy. This one's exciting. And that's the thing, like he hasn't really been scared of anything. We had thunderstorms the other day, and I had taken him outside and there was like crack of thunder, and I'm like, ooh, let's go back inside. But I'm like, whoa, that was loud. And he kind of just looked at me at first, and I was like, oh, that was loud. And he was like so calm about it. And I'm like, well, that's good because I know how the puppies are not always happy about that. Okay, so cute pictures. I'm gonna trim them down a little. First grandbaby, right? Lots of pages to be made, says Jody. Right? And I'm like, I'm not a dog person, not really. But even he stole my heart. So my husband right away, he's like, he can't be on the couch. And now he's like patting the couch beside him. Come on up, Bo. Like, oh, you fell fast, buddy. You fell fast. Heather says, I have a whole book on our puppy, right? I know I've been happily living the pet-free life, and I'm into it, but this one just comes to visit. Donna says they say that the vacuum noise is hard on their ears. Mine was fun when I had a vacuum. Yeah, I don't know. Like he definitely didn't want to run away from the vacuum. He was quite into it. So um I believe that it could be like because they're so little. But yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. Not all of it is good. I won't tell you about the disaster we had the other day. Yeah. But okay, so I'm just gonna set the cardstock aside and see what I've got for this fun paper to work with first. I like this purple actually. I really like that rainbow. The rainbow's on the blue. So if I use the purple as my backdrop and then use bits of this rainbow and some of this Just bring a little bit of that in. Now you'll have to tell us, oh, it was like, puppies that eat also have to, and he had just got dewormed, and so he was not, yeah, it was bad. There we go. That's all you're getting. We're keeping this as good as it gets. Oh yes. Um, so because he stays more at my house, Jody mentioned that puppies chew everything too. He hasn't been too bad, but I took him to the pet store the other day because Joe had left him here, and like they left at 5:30 in the morning and they weren't home until 10:30 that night. So it was a full day. A full day. And I had him the whole next day too. It's just like lots of big jobs on the go. And I was like, he needs to have a little spot that's his little spot, right? And that way it's like he'll have his little ownership of his own little place. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. So I went to town to get him a puppy bed, right? A little bed so that he could lay on it, and that way, he's not getting in trouble. He likes to chew on the fuzzy blankets, so I had to put those away. I'm like, nope, you're not here to destroy. But he he's just we're in the shop, and like I've got him on the little leash walking around. That was like the first day I babysat him. I had to go out and get a collar and a leash because Joe had left me with his dog with nothing. I'm like, doesn't even have collar on. I can't even just like tie a string to him. Like this this is bad parenting when you hand over your kid without diapers or something, right? Like so we had done that the first time. Well, this time it's like, okay, it's time to put a puppy bed in my house for him. Okay, I think I'm gonna put these on a strip that's kind of so they'll be like a little bit hanging off a strip almost. Okay. Let's see, about how big is that? 3 inches. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, but we went to the pet store and he's in there, and the next thing he's over, he found the toy aisle and he found this one thing and he just loved it. And you know, I must have sucker on my forehead because next thing you know, we took a little fuzzy lamb toy home for him to play with. I'm like, and all you pet people, how do you do it? Pet toys and stuff are so expensive. Like a lamb chop. It was so, yeah, it looks like a more grown up sheep, but you have to call it a lamb. I don't know how you just can't. So pet toys are so expensive. Like, how do you do it? I'm looking at these pet toys, like, who can pay for all this stuff? Oh my gosh. Like people say pets are expensive, and I'm like looking at his little package of food that Joe actually found food that he uses as a treat like for the one, so all his treats are technically food. But oh my goodness. Yeah. And then I was worried, like I'm like, I know that sometimes kid toys are not a good idea to give to dogs because you might have like pieces that come off or something when they're chewing them. And yeah, so $25 for a pet toy. I was shocked. Isn't this cute? I think this is gonna be adorable. So thank you. Thank you for supporting. It's like you're on the right track. Okay, so I've got these little pieces. Maybe I'll pull these out and have a look while we're still building. Because I've got this really cute piece with all these flowers. And I think we could do something so that they're either centered up here above these photos or something. And I think I need a little piece here. I think we need some scallops. Okay. I wanted to use some of this rainbow too, because I thought they were just so cute. And I think those little bees will have to go on here, right? That's adorable. Uh Yeah, watching from work, says Jackie, with no audio, missing being able to participate today. Well, everybody's just watching me for now, but typing is good. We will have some sharing time after, so hopefully you'll get to see a little bit of what people are working on. Uh, Donna says go to Walmart and get the little fleece blankets that are like $4 so you can put it on your couch. I'm just like, no, he has to learn not to chew on them. And maybe, well, that's just too tempting. We'll just take some of the temptation away, right? It's like a little bit of baby proofing. I get it. Right. He's good, but he's not gonna be like perfect yet. So will he ever? Will I be able to just trust him with all this stuff? Okay, I'm gonna grab something to scallop this because I think there's just too much cuteness and scallops go so good with cuteness. So um options. Options. Okay. So I have 3 options for scalloping, and we'll look and see what might meet the best. Okay, I said I was gonna put my hair up at some point. It is now. Now is the point. Okay. So I don't know if I want to have it above and below. That's unsure. Wasn't there a scallop border with this? No, that was in the other kits because I had like these die cut pieces and the little florals. I could pull it, but I don't know if the yellow will match. It will not. It would be like way off. It's just not a good match. But thank you, just in case I was forgetting. I'm glad you asked. Yeah. Heather says I need some dog stamps and dies. Oh, let's not go there. Oh, let's not go there. I honestly don't even know if I have any dog stamps or dies, and I think I'm okay with that because, like, look, this page isn't going to have dogs other than the dog, and I think it'll be fine. So I'm like, I don't need another excuse to do more shopping. In fact, I will say, because I get my kits from the scrap room and I love them so much and I find them so easy to work with, that I have actually done so much less shopping. I think I'm going to use this one with the little holes in it. So I have a regular scallop cutter. I have this one with the little holes, which is cute because it makes like this little lacy effect. But then I also can pull this trimmer apart, this paper rounder. If you pull this little piece off, you can actually cut your own little scallop border. It takes a little more time, but it's a corner rounder and a scallop cutter, so it's awesome. And if it ever breaks, I'm gonna cry, I think, because I've had this thing forever. It has done a lot of work over the years. When you've been scrapbooking for 25 years and you don't remember how long you've had it, but you know it's been a long time, then oh, I was gonna do this. Okay. Okay, so you technically can do these the other way because you can line up the things, but I just find this faster to do them upside down, so that's what I do. And yeah, that would take me a lot longer to line up the little dots. So if you have a cutter like this, like a thing, you can line up the little dots and like line them up and move it over and cut it, and it totally works. But I find that for myself, upside down is good. The hardest part is making sure that you've got the thing pushed in all the way. Otherwise, it goes all wonky. Oh, and then there's like this extra little piece. Okay. So let's sweep off some of my mess. Some of it will end up everywhere, I'm sure. Okay, so now we look and see what we like. Do we like the scallops at the top? Just look how cute it looks. Once you add those little scallops, it's just adorable. Mm. Why are scallops? It's like that little roundiness, right? It adds up so much. Okay. So we're gonna do them just at the top. What do we think? Or do I want them underneath too? Ooh. Hmm. I think we're gonna do something different underneath. Okay. So I could use flowers to make a scallopy border. I would have to make flowers or something. And let's just say, I don't know if I'm that ambitious today. Some days I am, but some days we just do the page. Scallops can be lacy, right? So I think that's what it is. Like all the things we associate them with are kind of frilly and soft and sweet. Okay, so I've left a little bit of space because I'm gonna grab a pair of scissors now. Might as well take these back on at it. Okay, because he was out in the garden, he started helping me garden, which is not very helpful. I'm just gonna say, having a puppy digging in your flower beds, not always the best experience. Um, but we're gonna use these scissors. They're just a little bit faster than regular scissors for doing this, but you could do this with any scissors. And we're just gonna kind of grass cut it. These scissors I've had for a long time. They're Martha Stewart, and I think they have 5 blades on them. So, um, kind of cute. Okay, so just one more little spot. I'll just do this one. You can just cut them with regular scissors, but I like the speed and efficiency of these ones. Okay, so we've got this little border. We've got this. I'm not even gonna like fluff it up right now because I'm gonna be layering some photos and stuff on top. So I don't think I really need to fluff it at this point, but we might add a little bit more of that. Like I might fluff it up when I do some finishing touches and stuff. But yeah, it's good. I think this is going good. Let's take some adhesive and stick my little rainbow piece down. So I haven't put any of those little um rainbows that I actually fell in love with yet onto here. That's Swedish. Okay. And just get some spacing figured out here. And little flowers up here. I would like to add some little journaling down here. I don't know if I'll do it maybe on a piece of vellum. I do that a lot where I use a piece of vellum. I think that way you kind of still see the design of the background. It gives you a little bit of separation so that you can see your words better than writing on the background. Because even a background like this, because of the lines, they kind of mess up your journaling. So I prefer to slip a piece of vellum. I don't have a good sized one here right now, but like, just that little bit of separation gives you a chance for your words. Lots of times I actually use 2 pieces just to give you a little bit more opaqueness, but not. So I just like usually cut a longer strip and fold it in half and then just use it like as is so that I'm not messing around with 2 pieces of vellum. So little trick that I do all the time. But I think this will go kind of like that. I've got like extra embellishment pieces. I think I'm going to stick this down right now. I did want to look, I might cut out a couple of these little rainbowy pieces for this because in here, I'm not going to be using Feed the Bees or For You. Um, I actually find like these kind of pieces really awkward a lot, and I often cut the flowers out of them or I tuck them in as if the little piece doesn't exist, kind of like this. So I've got like a little spray of flowers, but you don't actually see the holder. So this applies to anything that's in a boot or a vase or a like a wrapping or a like pretty much anytime they put flowers into something. Like I think of the boot one a lot because you see that a lot where they've got flowers in an old rubber boot. But anytime they have something like that, I often like I look at the flowers, I'm like, oh, I wish they weren't in that thing. And so then they'll end up being tucked or I'll just kind of cut that little piece off. But see, like it's a good piece of embellishment. It's just not set up the way I like it, right? But just thoughts. It's a hedgehog. Gotta put that in my stash for Calvin Ball for next year, right? Gonna need him next year for Calvin Ball. Dude, that's a moth. That's not a butterfly. Okay, so I've got, oh here, this one's in a planter. And sometimes if I had a couple of these, you could line them up and that would be really cute in the little planter. But lots of times I just take that little flower and I use it separate. So don't just look at your stickers and be like, oh, look what they gave me. All right. The, the grass is cute. Am I gonna cut out our little rainbow for a little bow? I think so. Um, let's see. There we go. So it won't have the little rain underneath it, I think. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a pop-up of my own with this. This isn't the worst of fussy cutting, right? Kelly says, I can't tell you the number of times I bought something because I thought it would work for Calvin Ball. or, or don't use it so I'll have it in March. I don't recommend going out and buying all the things, right? Because you never know what's going to happen in Calvin Ball. But if you bought them, then recommend them so that I put them on the list, like when it comes to Calvin Ball, because I totally do. Like, especially as the month goes on, like in the beginning, there's so many suggestions. And as the month goes on, there's a lot fewer suggestions. So if you have suggestions later in the month, man, like always give them to me and be like, oh, we really need this because this has been sitting on my desk all month long. You'd be like, she hasn't said it. And like, that's you just literally haven't suggested it to me or suggested it at the right time. If you suggested in the and I go back later in the month and be like, what else did they suggest if I don't have enough? Cameras are always on the list, clouds. Yeah. And like some of them now are running jokes within it, like that whole avocado thing. That's how we ended up with our little Calvin Ball mascot, the Scrapicado. Oh, I'm holding it to the wrong camera. Our Scrapicado Calvin Ball mascot. And anybody that's like, oh, what? No. Like, what are you talking about? What is this? It's a challenge that we do that we host within Scrap Happy every year. And yeah, we do a challenge and then different things get recommended and then you can claim points for using those items. It's very fun. It's very cute. And yeah, we have a lot of fun with it. Oh, you know what would be really cute is if I cut out another one that's the same as that, kept some of the little raindrops, and I can pop one up. Right? Won't that be cute? Okay. Well, we'll see if it's cute. If not, I just won't do it. Okay. But yeah, so the Calvin Ball we do in March. So if it's something you'd like to try, we don't do it until March, but you can sign up now and then you'll just start getting the emails. We don't do a lot of emails, just so you know. Um, and it's just a Calvin ball list. Like you don't get a whole bunch of other stuff. Like if I have something that's really kind of cool that I think Calvin ballers might like, I might, but like I think I've only done that once. Like sent something to Calvin Ball that wasn't specifically Calvin Ball. It's pretty much just a Calvin Ball list. Okay, so this is cute, I think. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. So I can pop that up on there, and I think that's good. I kind of like the little suns and stuff. Whatever. I'm gonna stick some stuff down. I think I'm at that point where I need to make a couple commitments. Um, uh, Andy says, I bought a Stampin' Up set just for the avocado to use in Calvin Ball. You will not be the first, probably not the last. It is such a funny challenge, right? And it's just fun because like you're looking at your own stuff and you can totally scrapbook however you normally scrapbook, or you can embrace like the competitive spirit. Let's just call it that. The competitive spirit of Calvin Ball. I can't believe like how much some people do for it. It's like I'm always shocked and impressed. And then you just see people try such creative things. Like, and I think like that for me is one of the funnest things. Is like I would never thought you could put 50 different little things on a page like that and have that be beautiful. And some of those pages are gorgeous. Like it's just the way you approach it. And I think it's almost like a train your brain to try something so different, right? Like it's training your brain to like go for it. And it's like really embracing that fun and playful side. So I don't know. I take a lot of joy out of hosting it for the community. So okay, so let's put those on there. Now, these things behind are causing a little bit of dilemma. So I'm gonna actually trim them off. I'm just gonna mark first where I'm gonna trim them between. Just because they're in my way. And normally I would either fix that by popping something up, but I'm not gonna this time, so sometimes I would just pop the photo up and then it wouldn't matter. But it's just as easy to cut these off and then I can have it more flat. And let's see, we'll go from here to here. Good. Yeah, hedgehogs and llamas and all those random things. There. My husband might not be getting that lawn mowed outside, but I got the one trimmed up here. So. I know it's for a reason, and I'm not actually holding that against him, but you do get tired of seeing. Marcia says, Kathy McElfresh is pro at using so many things, but still having a gorgeous page as the result. I'll say there's a few times I'm like, too far. But most of the time I'm like, that's amazing. Like she just does like things with clusters or like whole banners. And like it is so cool the way that she can add so much stuff. So much. And like it's a lot. It's really fun to see how people can express that kind of creativity. And then like Merrick, she does her pages, but she's very literal in interpretations. It's like, well, why would I put uh a rainbow on a page if there's not like a rainbow in the picture kind of thing. Like she's just like very, very literal. And yet she's still like she loves Calvin Ball. Like that's like her big fun challenge of the year. And so it's really funny how you can still have people that are finding how to do it in their own style. So yeah, it's really fun. Really fun. And there we go, puppy. Baby Bo. I thought it was extra funny that my son named his dog Bo. His name is Joe, and he named his dog Bo. And all I want to say to the dog sometimes is no. So it's just like dog's name should not rhyme with the word no. Just my naming advice. Yeah. Marsh, oh, let's see, Kelly says load for me is all about getting it done fast, but Calvin Ball makes me stretch and find ways to be more creative, right? So it's like using load for actually like turning over the pages and getting it done, and then she uses Calvin Ball to be like playful. I find like I I find like with load, I find my rhythm after a couple pages. It takes like a couple days to kind of find my rhythm for it. And then once I found that rhythm where it's like, oh, this is going really good now. I find that it's interesting because I end up doing pages that when I look back, I'm like, oh, well, that was cool. And I'm always surprised at how, even though you're on a time crunch, how cool the pages can turn out. And it's like that deadline to get it done. It's not like a necessarily a time crunch, but it's a deadline to get it done. So yeah, that can just go so well. Okay, what have we got here? Let's see, get some foam tape. There, so that's gonna get popped up on here. I got these cute little pieces. I want to add some. Ooh, do I have any sitting on my desk? Sometimes. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. Here, I'll show you exactly what I do for my journaling. There we go. Yeah. Cheryl says I still have a pile or more to put away from Calvin Ball this year. Well, that's good. That's good. Uh, so, yeah. And Marcia says Kathy also hides a lot of things on her page and leaves out just enough showing to count. Well, she has like learned to play the game and almost defined how to play the game in a way, right? Like she's just so good with it. Okay, we don't need a ton of writing, so how much? What are we doing here? About 3 inches. No, I'm going to take this and then I just like to fold it in half. And then I'll slip it under this picture that I stuck down. Kelly says that Carrie Fisher's dog was named Gary Fisher. I, that is some Star Trek knowledge that did not pop into my field of vision when we were doing our load, but we didn't do just a Star Trek load. So um, yeah, so I didn't see like as much of the Star Trek things. Like we focused on a few specific things when we did our space nerds. Okay, so that's gonna go in right here for some journaling. And then I just need to add a little thing. I've got those cute little bees There's some bees and butterflies. Did I say Star Trek? I did. It's because Star Trek is my favorite. I do know it's Star Wars, thanks. We just watched the Trouble with the Tribbles the other night, or Tribbles. I always want to say it wrong. We watched that episode of Star Trek the other night. But yes, I do know it was Star Wars. That's funny. I know I committed the ultimate crime. Committed the crime. Okay, so stick this right under here. That should be enough room. And then we'll have that will be here. I don't know about these rainbow things. Do I like it better without? Yes. Okay, I like it better without. Hmm. And a cute little bee. Good. Okay, so let's stick those things in there. You remember the tribbles too? That was like the most, for some reason, I think it's the most memorable episode. I don't know that it actually is, like from original series, but I watched it back and I'm like, I don't think I remember this episode at all. I just remember the little things and how there was a lot of the little things. And yeah, there was a few, like basically all of the details about the episode. Didn't remember any of that. I'm like, that's really funny. It's funny that I think that I remembered it. Yeah. And then my actual like watching it back, I'm like, but I don't remember movies and shows very good, actually. I'm quite terrible at it. My husband will attest to that. Um, I just don't keep them in my brain. Like, it's like movies, if it, unless I've watched it a few times, I could have just watched it recently and probably still not remembered it. There's been a lot of movies I get partway into them, like I'm talking 30 minutes, and like, oh, you're right, we did watch this. There was actually one I watched last week, but it means that I can be easily entertained. Like, oh, do you want to watch that movie? Oh, sure, I've never seen it before. Yes, you have. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna pop a little bit of foam tape underneath the flowers. Okay. Ooh, we're kind of just past the top of the hour. I just noticed because, talking, scrapbooking. So we'll do the draw in a couple minutes here. I'll just finish up what I'm working on with this. I'm actually embellishing. Do you guys get to see that very often on these things? Not really, right? Alice is not the biggest embellisher when it comes to this stuff. But I'll tell you what, we can pull out my page from last month and I can show you how I did finish the page. That would be also shocking, right? It was a load month, so the page definitely got done. Oh, that bee is so cute. The bees are adorable. I'd like to stick another one down here, maybe with some flowers, and maybe we can try one of Sarah's butterfly tricks from our scrap school last month. Um, with a little trail. I do have a white pen. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll do that down here. Okay, I'm gonna have to move that around for a few more times. Maybe we'll do the draw and I'll come back to this. Uh, let's see. Calvin will help me learn to embellish my pages, says Cheryl. Jody says, I watched Flash Gordon on TV last night. I haven't seen that in years. My husband had to show me that because my only reference to that was that there was a boy in my class and his name was Orion and his last name was Gordon. And so the big joke that teachers would ask him at school is, oh, what's your middle name? Flash? And he'd be like, yeah. He flashed Gordon, and he was like, "Yeah," and literally it was. Like, he went to school all the way through school, and yes, his middle name really was Flash. So she also 1967 it showed, and we'd watch it at Grandma and Grandpa's hour while played cards. The triple, yeah. Katy Perry's cat is Kitty Purry. That's funny. There you go. I guess it's a thing, right? I think I need like a little more something coming off of this embellishment cluster, so that has to still happen. We do have these really cute little flowers. This is not stuck down. I want to add a butterfly. I want to get this other bee on here, probably in this area over here, I think, near the journaling. So we'll leave this in progress and we'll do our draw. Oh, so Mary, that's kind of how I feel. She says, my husband can't remember movies. It bugs me, but he said he just isn't wasting brain space on remembering movies. I'm like, oh yeah, well I watched if I liked it, then it's good, you know. And like movies that I remember I've watched a lot of times. So, you know, I can take great enjoyment out of rewatching. Okay, let's pull up a random number generator on my phone here and let's have a look. We have a 34 in the house. One of them is me. So out of 33, let's get this loaded. We will have a draw. 33. So our winner will receive a kit. In fact, this kit from the scrap room. So you will receive all four of those same mini kits. It doesn't include the add-on embellishments. It's just the main kits, which come with embellishments. So each of the four flavors. This is their flavors of the month kit. They are my personal favorite. You can see how much fun they are to work with, and they're just really well designed. And the pages, the papers that they select to include in their kits really work well together. So I really appreciate their curation of the kits, plus the fact that they send me those 4 mini kits. It gives me a lot to work with. The kits are kind of designed for like making, like each flavor might make you like a double page spread. Now, it all depends on how much you use up your supplies. I tend to like backgrounds that are made with pattern paper, so do I always get a double page out of them? No, but like sometimes I've actually made 3 pages, especially if I dip more into the cardstock. So it really just depends on how you scrapbook, but I find them to be a good value for my money, especially because I'm not over shopping and then I'm not having to store all of these extra supplies. And I can say that I do the kill a kit quite a bit with these kits where I can actually use up all the supplies in one of the kits. And that's a really, really good feeling when you're like, I have used all the stuff. I have nothing left over. So sometimes it's like I'll make a little card just because there is just enough stuff here to make a cute card and that'll be it. So yeah, it's really awesome. So that's a good thing. Let's do the draw and see who gets to have one of these June kits for themselves. Out. Oh, it says there's 35 people here now. Did someone sneak in at the last minute? Well, let's fix this. So out of 34, because I'm one of the people hitting the generate button, 23. Oh, I got to do all the counting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Michelle Monet, you are our winner. Congratulations. Let me write this down. 5 June. Michelle. So, Michelle, I will get you to send me an email to alice@scraphappy.org. There we go. So congratulations to Michelle. Okay, there we go. So let's get that up. Congratulations to Michelle. She will receive the kit. And if you decide that you'd like to have add-ons or something like that, you can talk to the gals from the scrap room when they email you and see if they have another add-on embellishments and stuff like that. So yeah, awesome. I love being able to give these kits away. So let's just give you a reminder about the Scrap Room. They are a small business. They're run by people like you and me that put together and curate these kits. They do this every month for a whole year, and they have multiple kits. So in addition to the flavors of the month, they also have a double shot kit that they do, which gives you more supplies all in like single kits. So like you get two kits with more stuff in them, so you can do more pages with that kit. Um, and then they have the add-ons that you can get for the kits as well. And it's a really great company to work with. I have been doing this with them for a long time now. I was shocked to look back and be like, oh man, I was using the scrap. Oh, I was using the scrap. Oh, that's definitely a scrap room kit. Like it's easy for me to see now when I look at the pages, which ones I've kind of done, even though they're all so different because they use different companies to make the little flavor kits. And it's so well organized and so well coordinated. In addition to this, they do sketches and cut files, and there's so many different things. I don't have an affiliate link, Cheryl. Just please go to scrap-room.com, shop with them. If you are placing an order, you can always say Alice sent me. Like that's all good. But they've just been wonderful to work with, and I love the kits. Like I pay for my own, so I'm just saying like I'm happy to do it, and I'm so grateful that they felt that me being able to share them with you was a good choice and to continue this partnership. So yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you. So there we go with that. Okay, let's head back to this. Okay. So I'll now stick this down. So yeah, it's been a while. Okay, and I said I would show you the frame thing and the page that I finished the other day. So we'll pull those out next. Because I won't be able to do my journaling while we're on camera. It gets really quiet, really boring, and then I'm like kind of worried that I'm just like not really telling my story in the way that I should be either. Okay, let's bring these edges up there a little. And let's, so we did a little class all about butterflies with Sarah, and she had done like the cutest little, I think this one's going to be escaping up here. All right, I'm still going to fold up his little wings because I think that he needs it. Be escaping up here, but I'm going to do the little trail because I never think to do that, like ever. But it was so cute on her pages. Okay, I don't know if this is whimsical enough, but there you go. He came from those flowers. And then my other little bee is going to go down here, but he needs some flowers. I have a couple of flowers, and I need a little something in here. That's not going to work. Oh, I have these flowers too. Oh, this one feels really big. Okay, so we'll tuck one in, and then I can layer the other flopping out. Well, it's just going to be tucked out. Okay, that's fine. So let me see here. You can also add a loop to the trail. Yeah, I didn't add a loop this time, but I'll keep it in mind for the next time. I have done them before. Like I would have to look back at really old pages actually to see that, but I have done them before. So I was like, it felt like I was seeing something old newly for the first time again. So really funny, right? Like when you like, oh, I totally forgot about that. I just don't add that many butterflies. I was looking through examples of pages where I had used butterflies. I'm like, not a huge thing for me. Maybe I don't spend enough time in the garden. Well, my garden would tell you that I don't spend enough time in the garden. Okay, this has a really wide white border and it feels distracting. So I'm just gonna trim it a little smaller. Oh, all the fussy cutting that you do, even when you're not a fussy cutter, right? It happens. And one of those little epoxy flowers. And here we've got one of the epoxy flowers going in right there. It's stuck now. Okay. So, and then there's like little tiny white ones as well. I like it. Well, where's the bee gonna go? Here's the other bee. He's gonna go on here. Was he gonna stick good enough? Good question. I don't know. See, bees can have a little trail too, right? Like they can be flying off, but I want him to be like a little bit close to these flowers. I don't think he'll stay on the grass. He might need extra adhesive. He might need extra adhesive. Okay. Okay, especially if I want to stick him up here in the grass. I think he's going to be escaping from up here. I don't know that I can do a little bee trail, but he'll have a little trail too, and then he'll make more sense, right? He's escaping from there. Journaling on here. I don't know that it's going to have a title because it's just like a little puppy page, but I think that went really well. So, ta-da! Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And like, I don't know that I'll add anything else. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but let's look at some other stuff. But yeah, I think this turned out really cute. So we've got the embellishment cluster up here. I've kind of like folded up some of the edges because I like to, and the butterfly, the same thing for his little wings. There's a few little things in the cluster here. Got the cute little puppy pictures of him out in the garden where I can add some words down here. Little bees like escaping from the flowers. I think that turned out really cute. So then what did we do? Okay. So this one, Scrapbook Live. So last month, this was the page that I was working on last month for my stuff. Now I made this. Oh, did I journal? I was like worried there for a second. I'm like, oh, busted. I did. So I was working on this page last month. This was the May kit from the ScrapRoom, and it was pink paisley joyful notes paper. And the replay is up on the Scrap Happy YouTube channel. You'll also find it in the Scrap Happy members section. The replay is posted there for the Scrapbook Live. And this little envelope was actually from a different kit. I had stole it from one of the other kits. So the suggestion for maybe pulling that scallop banner was a good one because I have no qualms about pulling stuff from another kit if it fits. Today it just didn't work because of the colors, but I did fill out my journaling, ta-da, so good job me. Saved my own butt here on camera, but I had made this little um piece to pop in here, but you'll see like my journaling is pretty simple. Doesn't slide into this very great, I will say. It's just the way that the little envelope piece is designed because it was folded over. Yeah, anyways, but you can see a different little scallop on here. I've just added things like this little piece of gold ribbon. I've got a little gold heart on here. There's an acrylic arrow kind of being like, hello, look at me. Don't forget to look at me. I liked these little gold letters. Yeah, and that was like one of the embellishments that came with the kit. I stole like a little heart sticker, and we've got just a couple little flowers that had some of those gold pieces on them as well from the die cuts. And that was it. But I had done this whole circle piece with a little bit of the plaid in the background. It turned out really good. So this was our day 11 inspired by Daniel Craig, which is we did your biggest supporter, and we had to use distressing or tearing, which obviously I did not do. There was no distressing or tearing, but that's okay. It was about my biggest supporter, and that was what I was able to share. And I chose all photos from this one trip that we did together. So I think that worked really good. That says great use of the gorgeous background paper. The black rim really makes it. Yeah. And if we looked really closely, like this paper is technically like midnighty blue or something, but that almost relates to something else we learned about during our load, which was like the whole midnight blue tuxedo and why a lot of tuxedos that they use, especially in movies, are actually midnight blue and not black because they actually show up better on camera. Stuff I didn't know. so so that was good. And then yeah, so back in April we had I had these pages sitting here so I could show you guys, and I'm like, look at me having stuff planned. This is great. But I said we would talk about frames and the little frames, and so I had actually done that during our Scrapbook Live in April, which is also up on the Scrap Happy YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist, so it's just a whole playlist of Scrapbook Live on there. But you can see the little frames. There's a tiny little frame in the embellishment cluster. This other frame here is part of this embellishment cluster. And they just make a nice little backdrop to these kind of things. So like these little gold frames. And like these little gold ones technically weren't frames. They were like leftover outside bits from something else, and then like they had words or something in them that didn't fit. And I just cut the words out of the middle and turned that piece into a frame. So it's just like advocating for making your stuff fit for you. It would have been like having a piece like this, not wanting the middle, but wanting this outside edge frame and just cutting that middle piece out so that it's not in the way and making it into a little frame. So yeah, just fun little stuff like that. But that's some of the pages. Now you actually get to see them finished. Imagine that. And this one is like as close to finished as we've had for a little bit during a live. So really, really good. Really, really fun. So, question, does anybody have some show and tell stuff that you've been working on, and something that you'd like to share? We would love to see it. If you do, feel free to just turn your mic on and I can bring you up onto the main screen. And Sharon says she does. So Sharon, if you want to turn your thing on, I will
I
put you
think
on
it,
spotlight.
okay, I think it's on.
Yeah, awesome.
I have been working on my sister's heritage album. It's of our family.
Yep.
I started like 2 years ago. Today, when I got your email, I decided, well, I'm going to work on it. So I used some paper from a pad that's just from an old pad, I think. Well, anyway, so here.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So even though it's not for Calvin Ball, I did some tearing, I did some inking, I used some old stamps, uh, some lace and button. I even did some stamping. And this is I took a picture of her picture because I couldn't find another one. And I have one in my book. And then this is a her announcement. But I've had this piece of paper in here a long time ago at a sale, at a closeout on a scrapbook shop. I bought all of these for each year for people in my family.
Oh, cool.
It has to be 20 years ago. I mean, I'm finally using it. And
Yay!
I tried to ink it up so it didn't look so white. I don't know what it looks like there now. My
Yeah.
question, it has her date of birth and everything here, and it says what happened, and it has the year. Do I need a title besides, do you think?
I would consider maybe just putting their name, like her name, underneath like that date where it says the 1925 underneath the photo
Yeah.
even.
Well, her name is there, so put it again there.
Okay. I think like if you're feeling like you need something, but honestly, I don't even think you need it. Like if you have it on the side, it's like kind of going blurry on the side piece for me, like on my screen. But yeah, I think if you already have that, then I don't think I'd worry about it. And Kelly says, I remember those. And Donna says she has those pages too. So I think we're all super proud that you actually got it used.
Oh, these kind of pages here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some more for the date of, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just bought them and
Yeah.
never used them. So,
And Diane says she doesn't think it needs a title. Like I think,
okay.
yeah, it feels complete, right? Like,
It's opposite, and I can't take it out. Well, maybe I can. It's opposite a page I did of my dad with the same kind of thing, only it's something they gave him for his birthday, one of those things from Hallmark.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So I didn't put as many embellishments or anything on it.
Yeah.
But that's opposite that. So there's one for my dad and there's one for my mom. Anyway,
Cool.
that's what I was
Cool.
working. And
That's a really cool.
I'm glad I got your email. I got a page done.
Yeah.
Thank
So that's perfect. Anybody else have something cool that you've been working on? We love to see. It doesn't have to be scrapbooking. Like if you've made a card or something else, that's all good. And I thought it was really cute, Sharon, when you were saying, I know it's not Calvin Ball, but here's the things that I did. And I think that's one of the great things about Calvin Ball. It kind of sticks with you in your head. It's like, oh, I can do this thing and I can do this thing and I can do this thing. Like in Calvin Ball, you're kind of getting that permanent nudge, like do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. But I think when you finish Calvin Ball, like obviously that was in March and now it's June, but you're like still thinking like, oh yeah, I did some paper tearing, I did this and I did that. Like I think that that's been one of the really like lasting effects of it, right? You kind of, because you played so much more during that month, you bring more of that with you for the rest of the year. Yeah. It's a fun thing. We just do that for free. Anybody that has never done Calvin Ball, free thing that we just do within the community. There are no prizes. It's all like an honor and glory kind of thing. And and obviously you make great pages in the process. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll do a last call. Anybody that has something that they'd like to share? Love to see it.
I
Okay.
can share real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I just made a card. Let me put my video on. Can you guys see me? I can't see me.
I've
Oh,
got that.
nope, I didn't put my video on. Start my video. Okay. Um, Father's Day is tomorrow. Nothing like waiting for the last minute. But that's the card I made. It came in the Crop and Create. Let's see, the Crop and Create. Gosh, last year maybe. I hadn't made it until now, but this was die cutting, and there's probably 7 layers to that owl, and it was just a bunch of paper piecing.
Yeah.
This is printed paper, stamp the title, call it a day.
That's a good Father's Day stamp. That one has like it's not too fancy, it's not too swirly, it's not
It's a really good one. That's Honeybee Stamps is
yeah.
who did that one, but Yeah,
It's a
that's what
beautiful
I do.
card. It looks really
Thank you.
nice. Heather says,
Thank
I
you.
thought I recognized the owl. Are you saying that he's a wise old owl?
Yeah, well, you know what's funny? There is on the same stamp set, there is another year wiser is one of the stamps. And so I thought
Yeah.
that would be good. He may be getting an owl like in August for his birthday as well. We'll see. Might be the year of the owl now that I've done one. Oh,
Perfect.
that's all I got.
Thank you so much for sharing. I love it. And I think that's not totally last minute, by the way, because, Father's Day is tomorrow. If you're
Right?
making your card tomorrow,
I have like how many hours? I almost have 24 hours for crying out loud.
right? I think that we all have a lot of things going on. And if, you've made a card the day before, that's pretty great in my books. So, really good. Yeah, Sharon says, "Oh, I haven't made a Father's Day card yet." She said, "Yet." We love it. We love it. That would be my favorite um advice to people. It's like you say, "I don't do that. I haven't done that." Whatever. Like add that word yet. There's so many things that you can add that word yet to and just make it that much more approachable, right? I'm not a person that has a clean scrapbook room yet. Yet. But that opens the door to that possibility. Anyways, this has been a really fun day. And I really appreciate you joining me for this. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. I have got the cutest little page for little Bo. Cute little doggy. And yeah, it's been so fun having the little puppy, but yeah, it's been great getting him into my scrapbooks too. And hopefully I can keep him out of the garden. Beth says, thanks, Alice. I can't wait to try this sketching with the stencil idea. I just saw that and like immediately I'm like, well, that would be so easy when you have a stencil. Like I can't draw flowers, but I could scribble them like if I have a stencil so I know what to draw. Yeah, so fun. And I noticed like their pen size, they've used different pen sizes depending on the size of the flower. So I think that's another like area to play with in that. So really interesting. Anyways, so really fun. No matter what you're working on, I hope you're having a fun time with it. And I look forward to doing this again next month. I don't have a date yet for July. We are going to be off for the Scrap Happy family reunion in July. So I know I'm like so excited. I'm like, it is so close now. And I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it should be really good. And yeah, so I'll have the calendar up soon. If you are a Scrap Happy member, you'll see it automatically get added to our Google Calendar and it will be added to our calendar page. And if you're not in Scrap Happy, you could always come and join us. We love to have you join our membership group. Go to scraphappy.org/join and you can check out some of the fun that we have going on there. Calvin Ball, load challenges, reunion is coming right up. Yeah, it should be fun. Kelly says, I can't make the reunion this time, but I hope you all have the very best time. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you're not signed up and you're seeing this video later, head over to scraphappy.org/subscribe. And that is where you can get on the newsletter. So you can come and join us for these live sessions. And you can find the free calendar on the website under the free tab at the top. So yeah, that's all there. Okay. I will chat with you next time. Until then, happy scrapping and yeah, have a great weekend. Bye. Thank you so much, Alice. Thank you. So fun, cute page. It was fun listening to you. Yeah, it's great while you're working, right? Awesome. See you guys.